Hey guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you here from the great state of Louisiana. I wanted to talk to you guys today about how I find comps or comparable values or completed sales, whatever you think comp stands for. I wanted to show you how I find comps for super low pop cards or super short printed cards. When you can't always just go find the last one just like it that sold. So this came up the other day. I've been selling a good chunk of really short printed, low pop Anthony Simons rookie cards lately. And so I've been getting tons of messages on Instagram and Facebook, and it's always the same. I'm sure you guys have gotten the same messages. Hey, what's it worth? What are you asking? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here's an example. This is the card we're going to talk about today. So this is just one example. This is, it's an Anthony Simons, Prism, fast break pink, numbered to 50, PSA 9, right? So there's a lot of little, intricacies there. So maybe you can't find a 9, maybe you can find a 10. Maybe you can't find a 9 or a 10, maybe you can only find a raw. Well, with this card, it's just difficult. What I really want to get at is I want to show you how I use CardLadder to come up with what I think is an accurate value for the card. And so I'm just going to log into CardLadder and just walk you through my thought process. This is not the way. It may not even be the right way. I'm just telling you how I came up with a number for what I need to get from a buyer on this card. And you tell me if I'm wrong, you tell me if I'm missing something, but I wanted to show you how I use CardLadder, which I'm a CardLadder Pro member. I suggest all of you at least explore that and look into that. It is well worth the money. I don't know how some of you guys do it without a data pricing tool. CardLadder is my sales pricing tool of choice. There's a million other features on here, but I'm on the website right now. So this is my main page. I'm going to go over here to sales history. I know this. Well, the first thing you would want to do is, you want to type in 2018. I'm typing this up at the top. It's behind my banner, but I'm typing in 2018 Prism Pink Fast Break Simons. Okay, that is not going to come into that, and I've clicked ladder. Okay, obviously they don't have time to log every parallel of Anthony Simons into CardLadder, so it's not included in their CardLadder, right? They don't have a separate page for this card. So then you go to sales history. Okay, when you pull up sales history, I'm going to go over here to sales history. You can see what I do here is the first thing I'll do is plug in the same thing, pink, fast break, PSA 9. Maybe there is a comp for my card. Maybe there's not. Well, look, here's one, okay? But it's from 2020, from April, 10 months ago. As you know, with Anthony Simons, a hell of a lot of stuff has changed since then. This is not super helpful for me. I'm not going to say, well, it was 61 then, so let me figure out what it is. That's not enough information. It's not it's not even what I would consider a relevant comp, even though it's the same card, same grade. It's just not. And if you click it, CardLadder does a pretty good job of estimating the CardLadder value. But I can tell you that is not even remotely close to correct. And so I'm not sure why when applying it to Anthony Simons index, it only went from 61 to 112. I guess they're saying stuff doubled, but trust me, when I can tell you more than anybody on this earth, his stuff has definitely more than doubled. So 112 is not the value of the current value of this Anthony Simons pink ice. So pink fast break numbered to 50. So scratch that. I can't use that. That does not help me at all. So what you have to do is, and some people may disagree with me as far as this goes, and I've talked to other collectors. Sometimes you have to use either the same card in a different grade and then apply a ratio to figure out what, maybe if I can find the pink fast break PSA 10, I can back away from that for a PSA 9 and come to a evaluation by looking at other parallels and the differential between 9s and 10s. Or another option here is I am going to leave PSA 9 in there. I'm going to take out pink fast break. So now I am looking at all 2018 Prism Anthony Simons PSA 9s. On CardLadder over here, let me scroll down some so you can see it. Oh, I can't. Okay, there's a little button over here that says price or date sold. Okay, so you can see date sold. If I click date sold right here, then it shows me all of the Anthony Simons PSA 9s that have sold recently. If this was a silver, it'd be real easy. I know what the silver's worth. 66, 62, 66, 91, 90. I can come up with a number, right? But this is a pink fast break That silver stuff's not going to help. And if I just scroll through here and I'm looking for cards that matter and that are even remotely similar to pink fast break numbered to 50, I'm not going to find any. I'm going to find a bunch of base, a bunch of silver, because I've sorted it by date sold. But if I switch this drop down to price, now I can go look at descending order, the most expensive cards all the way to the least expensive cards. It's sorted by the highest price ever paid on any platform for a completed vetted sale for Anthony Simons in PSA 9 condition. Okay, so the first one you'll see is a gold autograph Anthony Simons optic, not even remotely in the same family tree, so let's ignore that. The next one is actually pretty helpful. It's a Panini Blue Ice PSA 9. It's blue, not pink. It's normal, not fast break. It's ice, not regular blue. There's a million things that are different between this Blue Ice PSA 9 and my pink PSA 9. And this is where just hobby knowledge and education and having a history of collecting prisms and prism parallels comes into play. I know that even though the Blue Ice is numbered to, I think it's 199, correct? Yep, I think it's numbered to 199. It's probably more highly sought after than my much lower serial numbered pink fast break PSA 9, which is numbered to 50. The reason for that is Blue Ice is more desirable generally as a parallel. Regular prism products are more desirable generally than fast break, or what people call disco prism, right? The disco disco side of the family tree of prism or whatever. What I do is I kind of scroll through here and like looking at the Blue Ice prism, I think it's probably close to the Blue Ice because it's 1/3 or 1/4 of the serial numbered amount. Is it more valuable than a Tiger Stripe? Probably around the same. What about, then you also have to look at the dates that these sold, right? So, you can't, it's sorted, remember, by value. So you're not going to be able to use this, right? You're not going to be able to use this Tiger Stripe that I've got highlighted because that's from 2021. You're not going to be able to use, this light blue shimmer because that's from 2019, for God's sakes. And so you really got to kind of, once you figure out a card that's similar, if I go here and I click on the Blue Ice, well, now you can. This sold relatively recently for $600. That was a month and a half ago, something like that. So CardLadder has the estimated value with a 3 on the meter here of about $697. Honestly, I think it's that's about right. So this Blue Ice PSA 9 is probably about a $750 card. So you got to back down from there. I think my pink is a little bit less valuable. What about if we use this Tiger Stripe? Is a Tiger Stripe PSA 9 similar or more valuable or less valuable? And then you keep asking yourself these questions, and you can go search. You can go search, all types of parallels. I mean, that's the one thing about having a hell of a lot of parallels is there really is a hierarchy of what is most highly sought after in the hobby. And there's no list. I can't give you the list. Well, I mean, I guess I could, but it takes tons of time of research, of educating yourself, because those parallels change each year. 2018 is different than 2019. 2019 is different than 2020. Every year it's different. Sometimes their serial numbers are even different, for goodness sakes. But this is how I came to, the conclusion that, I think that this prism pink fast break serial number to 50 is worth about $500. I don't think it's as valuable as the Blue Ice. I don't think it's as valuable as the Tiger Stripe. It's primarily because it's fast break, which is less highly sought after. It's certainly not going to be as valuable as this green Pulsar, which CardLadder has a 908 value on. This is a much lower pop. It's numbered to 25, so it's half the serial number. It's from the main product, and not the fast break. And so that's kind of how I back my way into it. Here's another good one. So fast break and choice are not as highly sought after as the regular. Here's a really good comp. This is a choice numbered to 88. That's not exactly numbered to 50 like my pink, like this pink fast break is. But it's a choice, and fast break and choice are just kind of offshoots of the main Prism brand. So those are a little bit less sought after. This sold, as you can see on the screen here, February 26th. That's really recently. So this is going to be a good one. If we go up here, this one numbered to 88 is about 350. So using all this data, you just kind of get a roundabout value of what you you think it's worth. And so I think mine's worth about 500 to 550, something like that. When I put it on eBay, I probably need to put it around 600. Well, it just depends on how aggressive I want to be. It's a 9, not a 10. Another option is to go in here and see if you can find some raws that have sold recently. So let's go pink, fast. Well, let's just do this. Let's go pink 50 because I think that's going to be more helpful. Okay, so here we go. So this is way too long ago, and it's sorted by price. Let's go to sold date, right? Because now we're going to even look for raws. Okay, so here's a relatively recent PSA 10 pink that sold. CardLadder thinks that the PSA 10 is worth about 800, and that's really helpful, right? So I'm looking at a totally different grade, but it kind of substantiates my theory that mine's probably worth about 500, about 60%, something like that of the PSA 10. And so that's where I'm going to put mine at about 500 bucks. Here's another one. These are all just too old. Well, this one's too old. Here's another one, PSA 10 that sold just recently. Somebody really gave that one away. That's a real screw up. That is way, way too low. That's barely more than a silver. That's a big mistake in my opinion. So that's not super helpful at all. Hell, 2 years ago when he was nothing compared to what he is now, the same card sold for more than that. So somebody gave that card away on February. That was last year. Sorry, I was thinking it was 2022. Okay, forgive me, seller. You're off the hook. But these are just ways that you can kind of throw darts, and you're basically just kind of what you're doing is you're looking at other parallels, similar grade, and or you're looking at the same card in different grades, raw or graded, and just kind of slowly narrowing your focus and creating like a funnel to where you kind of get a general idea within 50 bucks up or down what your card's worth. And then you price it accordingly on eBay and you net out the fees and figure out what you want to get. Just to determine what you're looking to get out of the card. Unlike most people, I'd never take into consideration what I'm into the card for. I hear a lot of people say, well, I was okay taking this because I'm only into the card for this. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's a time in the past, regardless of what you're into the card for, that shouldn't determine what the card's worth. That might dictate whether you want to sell the card at all. If you're upside down on a card or if you've got a tremendous amount of profit built in, it might dictate how aggressive you want to be in the negotiation process. But I don't think what you paid for the card should have any bearing whatsoever on determining what the current market value of that card is. Does that make any sense? Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment below if you disagree with me. But really all you're trying to do is, narrow the funnel down to where you've got a decent range of what you think your card's worth, and then go from there with how aggressive you want to be on your list price, and then determine, I'm anti-auction on eBay right now. I really am, unless it's a card that, is going to get 1 million views and 1 million watchers. Like if it's a PMG, fine, throw it at auction. But for an Anthony Simons pink fast break PSA 9 number to 50, you're probably not going to get 1 million people looking at that card. So I am all about buy it now. And then sometimes I put a best offer, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how aggressive and how interested I am in selling the card and liquidating it, how quickly I want to liquidate the card and how aggressive I want to be, and how much time I have to respond to stupid messages. And as we all know, even if you put on there, buy it now with no offers, you're going to get dumb messages. What's your bottom? What's your lowest? What's this? I'm like, dude, if I wanted to sell the card for less than my buy it now, I would have put or best offer on there. And the most frustrating thing is when you put best offer on there and you establish a minimum, you still get the messages. What's the lowest you'll take? Well, dude, I've got a minimum offer on there. Obviously, you're not hitting that number, so I'm not interested in selling it to you. Go put in offers. And if your offer doesn't even meet my minimum, then absolutely, we're not going to do business together. I put thought into it. Everybody who sells cards, when they establish a minimum offer, it's called minimum for a reason. I don't want to get your stupid messages asking for the card at 50% of what the card's worth. I put my minimum at 90% of comps, and if you hit it, we can start talking. If you don't, then that's why I put it there, because I don't want to talk to people that are coming in at 50% of comps. It's a waste of my time, especially when you have hundreds and hundreds, or some people have literally thousands of cards listed. You don't have time to respond to stupid messages like that. So that's just my thought on the matter. Again, I'm not faulting anybody for trying to buy low and sell high. That's what it's about. But respect the sellers on eBay. If they don't have a minimum offer, or if they have a minimum offer especially, just offer. And if, you can't get your number, don't send stupid private messages. It just annoys me to death. And rarely does a deal get done when somebody sends, what's your lowest? It's not even a, excuse me, or, hey, I noticed you aren't asking for offers, or, hey, I must not have hit your minimum. What exactly are you looking for? Whatever. I mean, you get 5 freaking offers. If you don't hit my minimum in 5 offers to where you'll get a response from me, then we're not close, I mean, figure it out. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think about pricing, super low pop cards. I haven't looked, but it's probably pop 5, 6, 7, whatever. There hasn't been any PSA 9s like it that have sold recently. And so this is kind of my, a couple of the different ways that I try to arrive at an approximate value. I either, compare it to similar parallels in the same grade that have sold, or I compare it to other pink fast break numbered to 50 in different grades, and then try to back my way there. Or you could even go, if you had a 10 and a 9 had sold recently, you could even extrapolate forward, right? You could apply some type of multiplying factor to figure out if a 9's worth this, then the same exact card in a 10 is worth this. And there's other factors to consider. Look, you can go look at the pop report. Maybe the 10 for my particular parallel is extremely rare. Maybe 25 have been graded and only one's a 10. Well, then your ratio of that 10 to the other 9s is going to be significantly different, than another one where it's 50-50, 10s and 9s. It just depends. And so those are all factors to consider when listing a card. Hopefully this video helped you guys. For some of you guys that are kind of new to listing or figuring out how to find comps for rare cards, really buyers can also use this. So when you come in and you're trying to make an offer on a card, you kind of know where you need to be, or at least the neighborhood and the ballpark where you need to be. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video is helpful for you all. And again, I do appreciate your comments. I'm always looking to learn more about the hobby, and maybe there's another way to price low pop, super short printed cards when there's not a lot of exact comparable sales on CardLadder or on 130 or on Market Movers or whatever you guys use. Like I said, I use CardLadder. There's a million ways to tweak this to kind of try to find out what your card's worth. And then I just kind of back my way into a value. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.